Grid Autosport. It's the third installment of the well-acclaimed Grid franchise. The franchise generally was made by Codemasters, but specifically for Grid Autosport, the AI was designed by our great leader, Prince of Darkness, Lucifer, as you will see, as you saw actually just now. As I said, it was made by Codemasters, who are also responsible for, but not limited to, all of the Colin McRae Rally games, all of the Operation Flashpoint games, 9/11, and all of the F1 games. What to say? Yeah. Lucifer's work right there. As with any sequel, Grid Autosport, in comparison to Grid 2 and Race Driver Grid, the first Grid game, it has its pros and cons, its ups and downs. So what I like about Grid Autosport is it appeals a bit more to the simulator players, unlike Race Driver Grid or Grid 2 really. Grid 2 was a turn for the arcade players. Grid Autosport, it's not really graphically demanding, because things look nice, but you don't really need a GTX 460, 50, I don't know which ones they're making right now. I personally have a fairly subpar computer configuration, and it's running smoothly. My minimum FPS is 35, maximum is 60, so I just lock it to 30. Now back to the game. Grid Autosport, if I recall correctly, it was released not even a year after Grid 2 was released, and I guess they rushed it because of the backlash they got from the players of Grid 2. People didn't like the direction in which Codemasters seemed to be heading, so they turned back to the old formula. It's a fun game, really, Grid Autosport, but it's kind of dumbed down if you take away all of the handling of the cars, because I think the handling of the cars is closest to a simulation than Grid 2 and Race Driver Grid combined, but in many ways Grid Autosport was very dumbed down. Like, for example, being the capitalist swine that I am, which is ironic because I come from the formerly socialist communist Republic of Yugoslavia, which was one of the last standing communist states. I don't like how buying cars didn't make a return in Grid Autosport. You could do it in Race Driver Grid, you couldn't do it in Grid 2, and you can't do it in Autosport. Which you couldn't buy cars in Grid 2 actually as well. But in Grid 2 you could do some special races, some special events, time attack events mostly, and they would unlock a car for you. But in Grid Autosport you can't even do that. You know, you just pick a team for every season, and that team decides what cars you will drive. For example, this is season 2 street racing, and I chose Team Kicker, the yellow ones. And with Team Kicker, if I recall correctly, you get, as you can see, the Golf GT something. I don't want to say the wrong name, so I won't risk it. And you also get the Subaru, but also, what model is that? I don't know, I can't remember really. Anyways, yeah, as I said in the beginning of the video, the AI was in fact designed by Beelzebub himself, because as you saw in the beginning of the video, the AI is extremely aggressive, and it seems to me like Codemasters didn't want to do what they did with F1 2013. That I played that one, so I don't know what 2012 or 2014 are like. Anyways, if you've played F1 2013, you will notice that you and the AI get penalties for ramming each other. Even the slightest contact really results in a penalty. And it was really hard, still, with everyone not ramming you around. It was really hard to finish in a high place. I mean, I've played it on medium difficulty, if I recall correctly, and I like to think that I was good at the game, but if I recall correctly, and I believe I do, I've played maybe 4 or 5 Grand Prix races, career races, with I don't know what team, but lost my train of thought. But in only one of those races did I come out first, on top. Yeah, it's my point is, F1 was a challenging game, but it was only challenging because the AI was very skilled. It was very skilled, and it was fairly difficult to compete against the AI. And in Grid 2, the AI, once you increase the difficulty of the AI, it is kind of skilled, but for the most part, the thing that affects the difficulty is how much the AI is going to ram you and steer you off the road, and I don't know, it's really annoying. It gets really annoying. So I think Codemasters didn't feel like wasting their time on making a skilled AI, so they just made it ram you every occasion it gets. You know? So you can really show your skill in Grid Autosport only when you're in first place, or if you're last and there's no one in front of you. Because once you get caught up in that mosh pit, I don't know, 7th, 6th place, you gotta be careful. You really do. It's fucked up. So anyways, Grid Autosport has instated a team system. You have a teammate, I don't know, maybe I don't remember this. I don't think you had a teammate in Grid 2 and Race Driver Grid, but in Grid Autosport you can command your teammate what to do. You can tell him to, I don't know, hold his position, try and hold it, defend it, be aggressive, try to move up in the ranking. For example, if you notice the lower left corner, you'll see it says 4th attack. That means my teammate is in 4th position, 4th place, and he is currently trying, emphasis on trying, to move up in the rankings. Although he is clearly failing miserably, because he has been 4th for how long now? 7 minutes, I think. And if I recall correctly, he's gonna drop down below 4th.
You've set the fastest lap this race. 8
But
seconds to the car ahead, and you are 1 second
once you
faster
choose a
than the
team
last sector.
at the beginning of the season, you also get a different teammate with a different team. And teammates, they are differently skilled. Some are more skilled in different areas. I don't like this track. I mean, all of these hairpins, all of those ups and downs. Usually I like ups and downs, but because they add more, because they make things more dynamic. But these extra wide hairpins, they really piss me off. I mean, so annoying. I should probably say a thing or two more about the game, though. Let me think. I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, this was a shit move from my side. I am post-commenting this gameplay because I recorded a couple of Grid Autosport races because my friend, the other Croat who plays, he was the one with the microphone, but I bought one today so I can record when he's not here. He's working right now. Anyways, I'm sorry if this is not as interesting as his gameplays, or I don't know, I just don't know what to say. This is pretty much my first time commenting over a video race, really. I've done other videos too, but I don't know. Oh yeah, difficulty. I am playing on this specific race is, I believe, the AI is set to hard. The next one, if I recall correctly, will be set to very hard. But this one is hard, no assists, you know, traction control off, ABS off, and whatnot. The HUD as well is, as you can see, very minimalistic. Yeah. You can also turn off the dials, but I'm not gonna do that just yet. I might, but not yet. You know, I would use the dials you have in the cockpit of the car, but the cockpit is useless. You have two interior cameras in Grid Autosport, and you can't tell which one is more useless, because there's also, apart from this camera right now, there's also a camera in which you can see the steering wheel and where usually the dials would be, but you can't see them because when you drive fast they get blurred out. I don't like that. I really don't. But what do I expect? I mean, Grid, the entire Grid franchise is not known for its appeal to simulator players. I personally prefer simulations, but Grid is not known for this, but so I really don't know why I'm criticizing Grid so much. It's a good game. Kind of. This corner was nice. I like those corners when you can, when it's not a too shallow corner, but it's not 90 degrees. When you can go flat out or nearly flat out on a corner. I like those corners, like this one. Yeah, this one's nice too. Yeah. The next one is pretty good as well. And this one I hate. I hate this one. Fuck that corner. As I said, it's not a simulator, it's very far from that, but it does try to mildly appeal to So anyways, this race went fairly well, actually, because compared to some other races I'm gonna upload, it went really well. Because in the next one I think I'm 8th, and the one after that I believe I'm 4th. Yeah, I drove a rear-wheel drive car in those two races, and I prefer grippy cars like this Golf Volkswagen. I mean, my skill as a driver also probably did affect my bad ending position, but yeah. Also, in I think all of the races, or about I don't know, maybe 3 of the 5 races I'm gonna upload, in 3 of them I fuck up my steering somewhere halfway or in the final quarter of the races. In this case I fucked it up from the beginning, so I had the time to adapt to the fucking up of the steering. Also, it's nice in Grid Autosport how you have 4, I don't know how to explain it. You have 4 buttons, 4 key mappings on your keyboard, and pressing one of them will yield, I don't know, a response from your team leader. Yeah, see, at that point I pressed, I don't know, some key, and my team leader said, you know, gave me some information. what position I am,
You've set the fastest lap this race.
how many more laps to the end of the race, and my distance in time, the distance between me and the guy I'm trying to overtake. Yeah, that's nice. It eliminates the need for the lap time, lap count, and position elements of the heads-up display. Yeah, see that? Position, distance to my rival,
4 laps left.
and the amount of laps left. So that's nice. He can also give you information on the location of your rival, pretty much the same way he tells you your situation. I think he says what position he is, just that, yeah. He can also give you information on your teammate, and maybe the most important function of this radio system. Yeah, hear that?
You're in second, close in on first.
Yeah. He can also tell you what kind of damage you have. Like, for example, right now, if you observe the lower right corner, you'll see that the steering wheel icon is orange, which indicates that I have steering, that I have damaged my steering. But what it doesn't say is that I have also damaged my gearbox. And if I were to ask my team leader by pressing that one certain button, my team leader would say, you've damaged your steering column, and maybe the second time I press the button he'd say, you've also damaged your gearbox. So that's valuable information, really. Yeah. My teammate in this race is not sucking as much as I thought he would. I thought he'd be last, but there's 4 more minutes till the end of the race, so we'll just see. Yeah.
You've set the fastest lap this race.
By the way, I'm playing on a Logitech G27, which I bought earlier this year. Or actually, no, last year. I bought it sometime last year.
You're in first with a 4-second lead.
Yeah.
1.5 seconds faster through the last sector. 2 laps left.
$200 wasn't even that much of an expense, because it's an awesome wheel, really. I mean, I've heard that, I don't know, the Thrustmaster is good, the Fanatec is good, but I've wanted this specific wheel for, I don't know, 6 years maybe. My first wheel was also a Logitech Momo Racing wheel. It's not bad. It's really not a bad wheel. actually aesthetically I think I prefer the looks of the Momo racing wheel over this one, because this one it's thin, it's very thin compared to the Momo racing, and I prefer more thicker steering wheels, that is, because this one feels just so small and impotent in my hands.
With a 4-second lead, last lap, hold the lead through to the end.
That went really well, I would say.
You're in first with a
Yeah.
5-second lead, and you're 1 second slower through the last sector.
You're not gonna hear any more of that in the next couple of races. If I upload the next couple of races, because I don't think I'm really entertaining you by my melancholic, bored voice. Oh, my favorite corner. This is gonna be it soon. My teammate performed way better than I expected. First, yeah, the car is a bit dinged up, but it went well. Yeah. Complete a race event without collisions. Yeah, that's not gonna happen in the near future.